Good morning, math masters and math wizards. Actually, it's good afternoon. Getting a late start today on our quick math lesson. We're subtracting mixed numbers. Remember, a mixed number is a whole number and a fraction. You remember. We're going to do a few problems, and we're approaching this in yet a new and creative way. Thank you, Eureka. So we're going to subtract and go ahead and follow along with me using a scratch paper. 4 1/3 minus 2/3. Okay, what's the problem here? Well, right away I can see that 2/3 is larger than 1/3. So what do we do? Without trying all these different methods that we've been doing, let's take a look at a new one. Okay, 4 1/3. We're going to decompose. This is going to be 3. And what else do we have? We have 1 1/3. But that doesn't really help me a lot because I still can't subtract that, right? But let's think about it. What if I were to make this an improper fraction where the numerator is greater than the denominator? What is 1 1/3? Tape diagram. Okay, let's do 1 1/3. Here's 1 1/3. Right? You all agree with me? I hope so. Make my little bracket here just to show that that is 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 thirds. Look at that. 4 thirds. So I could turn this 1/3 into 1 1/3 into 4 thirds. Another way to do that, if you want to really do a shortcut where you don't have to do a tape diagram or a number line, you just go 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 times 1, the denominator times the whole number, 3 times 1, and then you add the numerator on to get 4. It's another way to go about it. So now we can subtract. We have our 3 wholes. What's 4 thirds minus 2 thirds? Well, we know that. 4 thirds minus 2 thirds. What would that equal? Well, we know the denominator does not change. Stays a 3, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So 3 2/3. And look what happens. I had 4 thirds here, minus 2 2/3 left. So 4 1/3 minus 2/3 equals 3 2/3. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one. And we'll do 5 2/4. Subtracting 3/4. And once again, we see the problem, don't we? 3/4 is larger than 2/4, so we're going to decompose here. And this is going to become 4. And then we're going to add 1 onto that 2/4, okay? But let's try, let's just go right to what 1 2/4 would be, okay? So I'm going to go over here in 1 2/4. How many fourths would that equal? Well, 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 2, that would be 6/4, right? 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6, so it's 6/4. Don't believe me? Time for the tape diagrams. And look, 1 2/4 is equivalent to 6/4. Let's prove it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we do 1 whole. Right? Plus 2/4. And what do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/4. Isn't that amazing? I think it is. So 6/4. So now I know the 4 is my whole number. And I just have to do 6/4 minus 3/4. Let's go down here and do 6/4 minus 3/4. What's that going to equal? Well, we know the denominator does not change. It's going to remain a 4. And 6 minus 3, 4, 5, 6 is 3. So we're at 4 3/4. And look over here. 6/4 minus 3/4. There was our 6/4. Take away 3. We have 3/4. And there's the 5. But we regrouped. We decomposed and regrouped. Okay, let's do one more before we call it a day of math. And 8 1/5. And we're subtracting 4/5. Ay, ay, ay. So, decompose time. We have 7, and what's left over is 1 1/5, right? 1 to make the 8, 7 plus 1 is 8, and 1/5. What will that equal? 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. We would have 6/5. So 1 1/5 is equivalent to 6/5. Don't believe me? Let's do a tape diagram. So these are fifths: 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 1 whole. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 2/5. We'll shade some in. So we have 1 whole and 1/5. And look, 7 plus 1 is 8, and there's the 1/5 for 8 and 1/5. Now let's do a little subtraction. I'm subtracting, excuse me, I have 6/5 here, right? Because 6/5 is equivalent to 1/5, to 1 1/5. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, so you have 6/5. We proved it right here. What are we going to subtract? We're going to subtract 4/5, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. What are we left over with? 1/5, 2/5. So we have 7 and 2/5 is our answer. Tomorrow, you'll be joining me, kind of, at home. And we'll do this together with our friends, Math Mutt and Princess Yvonne. And we'll do 4 problems tomorrow and 4 on Wednesday. Hope you're having a great summer. And we'll see you real soon, I hope. Bye for now.